Hey chat, welcome to the stream. Tonight we're going to check out some demos for Steam Next Fest and then play some Oblivion. Hope you're all doing well. Now listen, before we begin, this did happen. So the weird and obscure animation history segment did get removed for a little while. It was blocked. And yeah, there were a couple of things. So what was this one? I believe this was the Labyrinth one. And Johnny had to like kind of blur it and put a message over it. What was the name of it? Vinesauce. So that was blocked. And there's a song that got claimed. There were a couple claims. There's this. This happened. From All Russia State Television and Radio Company. So, yeah. So that, you know, really kind of dampens the mood. I mean, there were like 3 claims. There were like 3. And now it's, I think, visible. Like, you can watch it, but... yeah, the whole video pretty much got nuked. So, I mean, the thing that sucks is some of this stuff is, you know, 50 years old or more. And even from a historical, you know, kind of perspective, like, and even, like, somewhat educational perspective, it's just, you can't have this on YouTube. I guess I understand, like, you know, maybe there's some world where you can cut bits of the video into another video and have it be like an educational segment because it's transformative, but even that doesn't always work because the way the copyright system works is it detects it automatically and you're a criminal. So, you know, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. We were musing about this. Well, I was kind of reading like Sphinx and Johnny and Sin talk about it. And like, you know, who does this benefit? Really, I mean, it's not something that we haven't discussed a million times, but it's not even like these things are still monetized in any real way or are making money in some way. So the fact that a video would get totally blocked is kind of silly in the information age because, you know, I get it. Maybe it's like supposed to be this rare thing, but rarity, media, unless it's physical, audio-visual media. Rarity no longer exists. I'll give you an example. When I was younger, I used to go to CD stores, music stores, to look for rare Nirvana tracks. Rare Pearl Jam, whatever, Soundgarden, all the bands I liked when I was younger. And like, one of my holy grails was finding the Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack. On like CD, excuse me. And I couldn't find any of that stuff. So, I mean, you know, once in a while you get lucky, you'd find something that had some song you hadn't heard before. And one time I actually did find a soundtrack to a game, and it was Final Fantasy IX. It was just a one loop per song, and it had a selection of the songs from the game. But, you know, these days, rarity when it comes to digital media is just kind of made up and bullshit. And what really bothers me about it is, like, this was kind of a way to show, like, 9,000 people, like, hey, here, this existed. This was impressive. This was in many ways inspiring. And it's just, like, blocked. So that's where the copyright system isn't really thought out very well. And I know I'm screaming into the void and have been, and you would just kind of hope common sense would prevail. But yes, scarcity and rarity does not exist in the digital space anymore, for better or worse. And sometimes it's worse, but it's just this information tornado that we live within, and things are available. And you know, I can go and upload Vinesauce to X videos or some shit right now. Feet Hub, where copyright does not dare touch. And then like people are like, oh, I'm gonna go to Feet Hub and I'm gonna take a look at this cool video I found. And then, you know, you're there and you're like, this is really interesting Russian animation that must have taken a long time and is very influential. Wow, I've learned so much. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to jacking off to feet. So, yeah. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Well, that's why we need MatPat to save us. What else? That's about it. I don't really have anything else. Copyright is super broken online. Just look at Cookie's Bustle. Yeah? Vinny, why is Italian brain rot in the title? It's concerning. Well, I'm glad you asked. Because there's a game on Steam called Italian Brain Rot, and we're going to rip that Band-Aid off right now. One second.